Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Got co-host tonight, Mr. Buttsy here. Pow, pow, pow. Just a little 22 for all of you. Now, folks, we've got a packed show. Obviously, you know it is PGA Championship week, and we've got a lot to get into. First, we're going to start off with the Wells Fargo Championship. We're going to give you a recap around that. Then we're going to get into a little sad news around Rory McIlroy because, yeah, he might have won it, but he's also getting a divorce. And we've also got the PGA Championship preview. We've got the Swannies Style Segment. That's been a fan favorite. We're starting to really enjoy that particular segment.
The Swannies Style Segment?
Yeah, we got into haircuts last week and everything. Oh, my God.
It takes us on a ride every time now. So.
It really does. And then we've got the PGA Tour and PIF madness.
Oh, God.
There's so much going on. So much. So we'll be getting into that as well. And then a little extra piece here, which is the Twitter Troll Ryder Cup. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Some of the guys on Twitter threw out an idea, and we're going to definitely be talking about that one at the end here as we get just a little bit tipsy. You've got Dr.
Cheers,
Pepper.
bud.
Cheers.
Hot boy summer. We got to lose some of this husk. So see how long that lasts.
I love that for you.
Jealous of you, though. What do you think? First sip?
It's fantastic. This is like a sweet blonde action here.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a little Scottsdale blonde,
Oh,
you know?
my
You know what I'm
God.
saying?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful.
But I'm rocking the Swannies gear. This is the Dante. I don't even know if they still have this on the website. This was one of my favorites. I call it the Aaron Rodgers ayahuasca polo because there's like mushrooms on here.
I was just gonna say.
There's animals on here. It's just one with nature. It's one with the universe. So
Snakes,
I'm
look at that.
snakes.
Wow.
Very big fan of this particular shirt. I actually have the Jasper shorts on too, and then I got the Nikes to match, but you can't see that tonight.
We'll back up later.
We're
Maybe
behind the bar.
we'll hop back. We'll show that before we hop off.
That could be great.
It's a thing.
It
So.
really could be. And with that said, Swannies, get yourself 25% off once again, folks. If you are a brand new listener, our listeners, because the show is brought to you by Swannies Golf, get yourself 25% off your entire order by utilizing the promo code at checkout, PullHookGolf25. Once again, that is the name of the podcast, Pull Hook Golf, then 25, all one word, 25% off. Get it now. Save the planet because these are using recycled water bottles to really save the planet, and gotta love the recycling.
And they're not made by little Chinese kids.
No, fantastic
Let's
group
throw
out of
that
Minnesota.
in there. Yeah.
Nice people. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Love it.
Made in a nursing home, right? By people that.
I cannot confirm nor deny that it
Just
is
kidding.
made in a
Just kidding.
nursing
if
home.
they are, they're doing a great job. God, those old ladies got hands.
Those old ladies.
Oof. Anyways,
They're on their last leg. All right. Let's
good.
get into the Wells Fargo Championship recap here. This was a signature event. So no cut, only 60 players, very small field. And somebody on the podcast called this one. I can't remember exactly who it was that called that Rory McIlroy was going to win in, get the hat trick, his fourth win at the Wells Fargo. What do you think? Was that you?
we
Was
don't
that
know
me?
who called it. It wasn't us.
It was me.
Oh yeah, it was you. You did say that. We had a whole beef on Rory, and yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah.
You called him a twerp or non-athletic. There's a bunch of things.
Well, we were
that
just
went on.
talking
Yeah.
about him throwing a pitch, and it was like the worst pitch ever.
And then the
You know?
karaoke, too. That was really bad.
Yeah. I mean, you got John Daly. I think we just watched him hum one in there at like 60 miles an hour. And yeah, Rory, nope. So, anyways, you were right.
Yeah, Rory's officially back.
Yeah.
And remember, I talked about it that the Shane Lowry team event
You did.
really got the elephant off of Rory's
Oh.
back. But it also leads us into the fact that Rory today, it just got announced that he is. Whoa, what was that I just did?
What is
Whoa, okay, never mind.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I just hit a button and it wasn't right. Love that for us. But Rory McIlroy filing for divorce.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that could also be a reason why. I mean, sometimes when, you file for divorce, you finally get it done and over with, and it's like a monkey off your back, so to speak.
Well, he's close to Tiger. Maybe he called him up, and in his accent that he's famous for. What do I got to do? And he's following the playbook.
Yeah, he won again. So Rory's officially back, and he dominated poor Xander Schauffele.
Yeah.
Which he actually might have done Xander a little bit of a favor, because instead of the consistent theme that Xander can't close on a Sunday, he's going to finish second or whatever, Rory went out there and absolutely dominated. I mean, he could have won that tournament by 7 shots. He was 19 under going into the final hole.
Doubled the last to win by 5.
To win by 5. I mean, he had a hell of a back nine.
Yeah.
Had a couple eagles, and Rory was just on fire. There was nothing that Xander Schauffele was going to be able to do.
Yeah. Rory's good at golf.
Rory's pretty good.
He's pretty good at golf.
And it looked like he was playing a different goddamn golf course than Xander Schauffele. Now, he talked about it as to why he likes Quail Hollow so much. He's like, listen, I can carry some of the bunkers that most guys can't. I can cut corners that guys normally can't. And we kind of saw that with Wyndham Clark last year when he won. But Rory really showed it. And Xander's not short.
No.
Not by a long shot.
But he had way less club in for the majority of the day.
He did. It just looked unfair.
Oh, yeah.
And Xander, that was not a tournament to where Xander was going to all of a sudden shake off the struggles, putting it in neutral, so to speak, and not being able to bring it home and throw that car in drive and really bring it down to the 18th and win a golf tournament. It's just, poor Xander, man. He can't make a putt. It's like he's not hitting the shots that he needs to. And it wasn't like he played bad, though. I mean, he still shot, what did he shoot, 1 under?
Yeah, I mean, it's close. It's close. He's not peaking, though, by any stretch of the imagination. How old is Xander?
Xander.
How old is he? He's been out there a while.
He has been out there a while. I'd say late 20s.
Really?
I don't think he's in
not
his
in his
30s.
30s?
Let's see. Let's pull up a little Xander. I've got the whole thing tonight because we got the bar set up.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. I can actually look things
yeah.
up. Here we go. He is 30 years old.
Okay.
Late 20s. Well,
Yeah,
30.
so
Yeah,
he's
boom,
got plenty of time to re-peak,
he definitely
so
does.
to speak.
Definitely does. He's got to figure it out, though.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for Xander. He's got to figure out how to get himself in a position mentally heading into Sunday to where he's back in attack mode.
Yes.
It's not just cruise control. He's in neutral, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, shit, I got to press the gas, and he can't press the gas.
Right.
He just doesn't have that switch,
You got to make some fucking putts.
He does have to make some
Got to
putts.
make some putts.
And, folks, if you are tuning in on Twitter, if you're tuning in on YouTube, if you're tuning in on millions.co, feel free to go ahead and chime in. Oh, we just got a comment from Brian here. He said, it's sad because Xander can hang with Rory off the tee. See, and I felt the same way up until I watched this tournament at Quail Hollow because, again, Xander's not short, but some of the lines that Rory was taking gave him like 50, 60 yards further than Xander in a lot of positions.
I was gonna say he can hang with him off the tee. I still think Rory covers him by 20 yards in the air, though. And out there, I think that's a world of difference. You're playing out to the right, or you're covering a bunker, and you got nothing in. So, yeah, he can hang, but there's got to be a 20-yard difference in the air. I don't know. We could probably look at that. I think they hit the same clubs off tee boxes, too. I didn't see, driver, and then Xander hit 3-wood. I didn't see any of that. So.
Yeah. Austin Whittington. Rory has that extra gear that very few guys have. You're absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Which makes him fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, he is, and he's a fan favorite there in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. They absolutely love Rory. It's almost like they've taken him in as their guy, and that crowd was very much behind Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Poor Xander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor Xander.
Screw this San Diego guy.
I mean, but like you said, Rory didn't give him a chance to choke.
No, he did not.
No
right.
chance to choke. Or just beat the living shit out of him, and hey, better luck next time.
And it was tight heading into the back nine. That's what's crazy. Then Rory just went off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
2 eagles on the back nine,
which is interesting to see coming into the PGA Championship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, little trends.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, we're going to get into the PGA Championship
is this guy
here.
going to pop off here? I don't know.
I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling.
We have
got
been
it.
hanging out a little bit. Look
I mean,
our
this
cycles
is
are linked. That's great.
Fantastic.
Wow.
We bleed at the same time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You bleed my blood. It's thick blood. Look at my cheeks right now.
I mean, you're a big guy.
I promise it's not high blood pressure. I actually one of those goodie bags at this last golf tournament I played in had this really expensive face cream, right? So I put that on tonight. It's about 100 degrees out here, and it looks like I'm about to die. I'm shiny. So
Well, that is true. I mean, it is hot out here.
Yeah.
We're taking one for the team on this one by being outside.
Yes.
So we're sweaty. We're
Gorgeous,
a bit sweaty.
though. This
I
is
mean, it's
gorgeous.
absolutely gorgeous
Yeah.
out here. Goldwater Brewery in South Scottsdale, or Old Town Scottsdale. And great spot. Really, really like this. Got a huge patio area, got a rooftop. Run PMC throws in, will Rory be distracted this week with the filing?
Funny you should ask. I think I'm 50-50 on this. It can go either way. Distracted or a massive weight off of his shoulders. Who knows what he's been dealing with or she's been dealing with and what's been going on at home. I don't know if they're staying in the same house. Like, there's a lot that could be going on behind the scenes that could lead to whether or not you're going to have a distraction or I could just play some golf now.
Okay, so here was one of the interesting things today, because obviously the news broke today.
Yeah.
That he had filed yesterday, but it's Rory McIlroy filing, okay? If it was the other way around, he could be distressed, he might have still been in love with her, whatever it may be.
Right.
But by him filing, that's like getting a weight lifted off of your shoulders. And I do think, I was on Twitter today, and one of the guys chimed in that rumor has it he's already on to the next. That's why he
What?
filed for divorce.
No.
Because I was like, oh, Rory being single, this could get real interesting. And that was one of the areas. So I do not think it's going to be a distraction.
Very interesting.
And Run PMC gives us a little credit here.
I mean,
love that for us.
Well,
Great
that little
points.
aside there, that little bit of info, that's big.
Yeah, right?
Knowing that there might be something else going on with somebody else already. Yeah.
Guys, we got a hell of a show tonight.
Yeah.
We got some great stuff to get into as we get even deeper into this episode. I'm not going to spend too much time on the overall leaderboard, but I will give you a little bit of a leaderboard rundown here. Let's go to PGAtour.com. Let's just take a look at this leaderboard real quick that we have for...
I can't wait to get to the bets.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm thinking about it all. I've placed a couple. I'm just excited.
so excited about it. We're stuck on the PGA Championship. Screw the leaderboard rundown.
This has
okay?
become kind of a bragging rights thing between us, right? We meet back up the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I normally get hot when I start getting locked in around guys that start playing well and are in form.
Yeah.
Bobby ran into that. So, Bobby, you would think, PGA Tour caddy, knows the guys really well. He's out there every single week. And he ended up getting down. We used to do a 1,000 penny bets.
Okay.
So each bet was worth 1,000 pennies.
For your picks, like how
so
guys are going
to... I would pick somebody, you'd pick somebody, we'd bet 1,000 pennies. So $10. Right? I think that's $10.
Sounds good.
I'm not a mathematician.
Yeah.
But with that, I ended up getting up like 13,000 pennies because
nice.
I was on a heater.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I saw the whole thing go down with Rory McIlroy, and I don't want to give myself too much credit. I want to stay on the modest side here.
Sure.
But there was just something in the way Rory had acted for 2 years, basically, with the whole PIF thing and whatnot, to all of a sudden having that moment. It just seemed like life had just gotten better for the man.
Do you think you saw any? I mean, was there anything physical? Did you see body language? Did you see swagger? Did you see?
He definitely had a swagger back.
You know what I mean? Like more of a cockiness.
When
he
he
hit
got
good
out
shots,
there at Quail Hollow, he looked like he had the Rory strut. You know the strut that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that
he had
cocky
that whole
looking.
thing.
Like
He hadn't had that in a while.
he kind of does this with his head when he walks when he's really feeling. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the bop.
Yeah, that bop. Bop.
If you're watching, I'm bopping.
Hanson.
So
Great band.
great band, brothers. Which one's better, the Hanson brothers or the Jonas brothers?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tough.
yeah. We'll get back to you on that. That's
We
gonna
sure
take
will.
some gearing.
we might have to do some homework there.
Yeah. I'd have to listen to it.
Yeah. Might be on a Swannies Style Segment in a couple of episodes.
Please play that.
So, now a quick word from our sponsor. Swannies is here with a fresh take. Performance-based materials are a given these days. But if you're looking for the stretchiest and most lightweight pieces that deliver a look that says, I'm here for a good time, take a walk on the Swannies side. With fabric sourced from recycled plastics and designs sourced from our very own weekend warriors, Swannies is looking out for both our planet and those that need a little style to boost their drive another 15 yards. Premium looks from top to bottom at swannies.co. With that said, let's move right into the PGA Championship preview because we've got an awesome freaking golf course that this is being played at. Good old Valhalla. Valhalla. Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky, the home of the Kentucky Derby. And this golf course, I didn't realize when I was doing my homework on this that it was designed by Jack Nicklaus. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
That was very surprising to me.
Was there any updates lengthwise since? I mean, when did he design it?
Great question. I
Yeah.
don't have that information.
Okay.
Yeah, I just know in my research he was the one that designed it, and it is a par 71. And get this, I mean, they've been playing a lot of par 71s in the 74, 7500 realm. This is 7609.
Ugh. That's big.
3575609.
7,600 yards is, yeah. Roll the ball back. It's not long enough.
Not effing long enough.
Plenty long enough.
And I was listening to one of the PGA professionals. One of the cool things about the PGA Championship is you got a bunch of PGA professionals that have qualified, played in a tournament to end up getting into the PGA Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is run by the Professional Golfers Association, which are your PGA pros at all of your golf courses. It is not the PGA Tour Championship, okay? So just want to make sure that everybody knows that, even some of our newer listeners that are newer to golf, because I know we got some of you out there. That being said, the PGA Championship, there's a bunch of PGA professionals that have qualified, and one of the guys, he's getting into his very first one at the age of, I believe it was 62.
Get the
62
fuck
years
out of here.
old, and he was talking about how he's hitting a lot of 3-woods and 5-woods into these par 4s,
Cool.
and there's even a hole to which he can't reach the fairway.
I was going to say, that was going to be my next thing. Are there, yeah. We got a little Corey Pavin, Beth Page Black situation. Sick throwback. Remember that?
That is a sick throwback.
Remember that?
Yeah, I love that.
Couldn't get it there.
Just
Anyways,
can't get it there.
what an impressive
Just doesn't
thing,
have
though.
the long dong, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to bet on that guy.
I think you should.
Top 20. I bet he's like a plus
His
90,000.
name is Danny Noonan. That's not true, folks. That's from Caddyshack.
Yeah, for the youngsters.
For the youngsters out there who might not have seen that movie, absolute classic, go ahead and watch it. But folks, if you have not watched, or if you have watched Caddyshack, you got to read the book about the making of the movie Caddyshack. It'll make so much more sense when you see Chevy Chase running around acting crazy, when you see some of these actors acting crazy. I will just say this. There was a lot of booger sugar out there on the show.
Well, and didn't Bill Murray and Chevy hate each other?
Oh, during that whole entire
Like,
thing?
really
Yeah.
disliked
They had
each
to
other.
keep them separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. Check it out.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff, but that book is awesome. Now, let's go ahead and move into some of the notable holes. So, first of all, the 6th hole. The hole is called the Long Shot, which is a tough par 4 with a green well guarded by bunkers and a closely mown collection area. So keep an eye on number 6. Also, another notable is hole number 7. And this is known as Genuine Risk, which features a split fairway. Split fairway, creating a classic risk-reward scenario for the guys out there. I don't drink beer often, but man, it is.
I thought you swallowed a bug. You
No,
all right?
it's just coming back up, little burpy, you
Very
know.
good.
Yeah, I get why sometimes you gotta let the air flow.
Yes.
Back out.
Yes.
And then we got the 13th hole, which is named the Limestone Hole. It's noted for its dramatic island green, set atop a large limestone boulders, making it a visual and technical highlight of the round.
Damn.
I'm pumped for this.
The limestone hole.
I'm more pumped for the PGA than I think I have been in past years, even though last year was at Oak Hill. And I was pretty pumped about Oak Hill because Oak Hill is awesome. Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
You got a great golf course there. Valhalla has some history, man. So while Brooks Koepka won the PGA last year, we've got some past winners here at Valhalla for the PGA. 1996, we had good old Mark Brooks. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Good old Mark
little
Brooks
Mark.
won in a playoff, which I heard the story today, which I forget who. I'm blanking on the guy that he defeated in the playoff, but he ended up getting into the playoff, and the other player was up in the box with the TV broadcast, not
Watching?
thinking that Mark Brooks was going to tie him.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of up there, kind of relaxing and everything.
Oh,
Then all of
shit.
a sudden he had to get down to the range.
Oh,
Did
shit.
not have time to hit balls and ended up having to go out to the playoff hole. Mark Brooks wins in the
Head
playoff
on
hole.
out. Pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool one. And then 2000, one of the most iconic Tiger Woods moments of pointing the golf ball into the hole and running after it. He took out good old, gosh, I'm blanking on his name too. Why the hell do I not put these in the notes, Buttsy? I don't know.
I think you got it right there.
It was, no, I do not. Oh, Bob May, I do have it right
You got
there.
it right there. I'm reading it. What the hell are you talking about?
This beer is delicious here at the Goldwater Brewery.
He's going to need another one soon.
Folks, I normally don't drink beer on the show. I'm normally a whiskey guy,
Well, you
but
saw what happens to me, right? It turns into
yeah.
a piss off.
Yeah, Austin Whittington chimes in with Bob May.
Bobby May.
Good old Bob May. And Bob May did not go away. Like, he did not fold when he went into that playoff with Tiger Woods. They were trading birdies back and forth, and Tiger finally won after the third playoff hole. And Bob May, absolute legend. That was probably his only shot at that. Unfortunately, there was a kid named Tiger Woods, Mr. Eldrick.
And he shut it down pretty much for the next, 15 years?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the run, man. So he had won the Masters as well, right, in 2000?
Yeah.
And then in 2014, guess who won that one?
14?
Yeah,
Oh, your best friend, Mr.
Rory.
Athlete.
Rory McIlroy.
Is it now? Can we just clarify this real quick? 'Cause
Sure.
is it McIlroy or is it McIlroy?
Ooh, it's McIlroy.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay. I've heard it both ways. I'm just, yeah. Anyways,
depends on how drunk he is.
Yes.
It might become McIlroy.
McIlroy.
McIlroy. But he won in 2014, and this was a tournament that, you know, that was his first major championship for Rory. That was back when he was pretty young there. So,
He was still chubby, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
but guys normally are winning heading into Valhalla and getting that win. And I got to say, Scotty Scheffler, he was out there today.
Well,
His baby is born.
it happened
His baby is born.
2 months later.
Yeah,
Okay.
after the Masters.
Wow.
Crazy,
longest term ever. Really good. Glad. Oh, we always talk about that. He may have to leave and
Gosh,
deny
they
himself.
really got us on that one.
Yeah, they did. I won't.
I had
forget
no
that.
idea when her due date was, so I just assumed,
Yeah.
oh, it's got to be within like a week or like within a week. No, it was literally almost 2 months later.
Yeah.
Crazy that we got caught up by mainstream media there, but that's what they do to us, right? But that being said,
Might just come out and fucking win though.
Scotty Scheffler, this is a golf course to where you got to be accurate off the tee and you got to have a great iron game, but you got to be able to recover around the greens. And that's something that Rory did really well in the first time out there in 2014. So my money kind of sits in between good old Scotty Scheffler and Rory, which happened to be the best two betting odds.
Yeah.
You ripped me on the last show for not having the betting odds. I got the effing betting odds.
I saw the notes, and
We got-
yep, we have reference.
Yeah, so Scotty Scheffler, plus 400. He is the favorite this week. We got Rory McIlroy at 750. We got Xander Schauffele, which that one's weird to me. I don't really understand how Xander Schauffele is in third here for the favorites at plus 1400. Explain it to me.
Is there maybe history with Xander in this golf course where he's been really close here that we don't know about? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Because based on how he's performed over the last couple months, like, yeah, definitely.
And I don't
not there.
think he's going to put it together on a Sunday in a major championship to all of a sudden get the camel off of his back, you know?
You know how these guys are, though. They know something. I mean, they know something. These odds makers are pretty spot on.
So good old trot golfer says, Buttsy, how's those hand-rolled cigs?
What's up, dude? Oh, my God, that was delicious. I wish you were here right now.
Wow. Well, Got some hand-rolled cigs, huh?
Oh, yeah. In our little tournament we played in, he said he came up and he goes, I can't stand you, but I love you on the podcast, and let me roll you a cigarette. And I said I'd be obliged.
Wow.
It'd be an honor.
How about
I
that?
think he's out the west side. I forgot what the course is. Something Dale, Brookdale, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to
All
head
right.
out. We got to go out there.
All right.
Yep.
We'll head out there, truck golfer. How about that? Give you a little action out there. Now, the next are a couple of guys who happen to play on Live, Brooks Koepka and Jon Rahm. I want to spend some time here because we were talking about it last week that he just has that ability to turn it on.
Kepsy?
Good old Koepka.
Oh, yeah. This is tough to call. It's hard to pick somebody.
So truck golfers out at Palm Brook.
Palm Brook.
We'll give
not
Palm
Dale.
Brook a little shout
Sorry.
out here.
I got the Brook part right.
we
Sorry
go.
about that.
You said Brookdale.
Well, Palm Brook. Yeah. It was
It's
a
all
long,
good.
It was a
All
long day
good.
that day. Yeah, Koepka.
Talk to me about your thoughts on Koepka.
Oh man. Well, we kind of went back and forth on this via text. He's got kind of the same thing going on that Rory had going on. He just looks like he's got his swagger back. There's a fire in his eyes, and he might get it done. I mean, he looks like he's there. He wants to win. Yeah.
Truck golfer says, "Thanks, boys, for loving." Or thanks, boys, loving the show. I almost
Thank
said,
you, sir.
Thanks, boys, for loving the show. So, thank you, truck golfer, for loving the show. Appreciate you. Now, talking about Brooks being able to flip that switch, I just don't. I mean, how many guys go back to back in major championships? That's the thing. At different golf courses.
If anybody really believes that they can, it's him, right?
I believe it too.
Yeah.
I think he's probably the one live guy that I feel like this course does set up well for. His mindset obviously is fantastic. Comes in after winning. I mean, he's a guy that is dangerous right now,
He's
in
a
my
killer.
opinion.
He's a killer.
Then you got Jon Rahm. Both of those guys are at plus 1,600, okay? Don't love Jon Rahm this week, and I love Jon Rahm.
No,
okay?
I don't love Jon Rahm this week either.
Aaron Oberhoser almost ran through the screen.
Saw that little tweet.
Was real pissed off about Jon Rahm talking about how he still supports the PGA Tour. And he was hoping that he'd still be able to play on the PGA Tour, especially earlier in the year. And Aaron did not hold back. Aaron is a very calm guy, by the way.
That's what I saw. I saw the tweet, and I was like, who wrote this?
And he was on air, too, and he just ripped Rahm a new one.
He said something like, you fucking he didn't say that. He said, you took 500 large, and like, no. Yeah, sorry, bud.
Yeah, that's a tough one. John's very confused.
And he wanted
right
to he
now.
wanted to reach through the screen and wring his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
that was the
what
quote.
he said. Yeah.
Yeah. Dangerous.
I think Jon Rahm kills Oberholzer, but,
Oh, 100%.
maybe we'll see that fight someday. We'll see.
I mean, it could become YouTube boxing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't see any golfers doing that.
No,
but
absolutely
God,
not.
that would be amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Golfers can't fight.
No.
The majority of them can't.
No.
Caddies, I feel like, could.
They can bitch. They're really good at bitching.
Oh, my God, are
Yes.
they ever.
Really good at that.
So, Jon Rahm, he's not in form, guys. Like, he really took the winter off, and he has not grinded to get it back.
No.
He's just content with, playing some golf. And he's one of those guys that just doesn't look super, engaged. And I know some people are going to come at me and say, it's so serious out there on Live and so on and so forth. I get it. I think some guys take it very seriously. I just don't think Jon Rahm did. I think he took the money and was kind of hoping, hey, you know what? Let's get a merger done and let me get back over on the PGA Tour side. And I've got a whole boatload of money that I took. And, you kind of time the market. And I can't blame him for doing that. I totally understand it.
Right.
But then you got the injured Ludwig Oberg, which, again, I don't understand this placement whatsoever.
Where they
plus
got him at?
2,200. So he's right after Brooks and Jon Rahm.
Any update on the injury?
No, he was just resting it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of leaked information that came out from his camp, and I don't know anybody in his camp, so I can't really.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Can't really say. But if you've got a knee injury and you're taking time off, I think you're coming into this probably a little banged up.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't love his odds, and I don't love the position of him. Bryson DeChambeau, that might be a good value pick right there. Bryson is hit or miss, okay?
Yes.
If Bryson gets it together, because he swings out of his damn shoes. We know this. And we saw it at the Masters that he faded in the final 2 rounds.
Well, and that's kind of been his trend, right? He puts it together one of the 4 rounds swinging like that, and it just doesn't hold up for the entirety of the event.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I've seen. He comes out hot, it's all together, feeling great. One misstep and do.
Oh, I totally forgot to mention, too, that Rahm was out at Whisper Rock over the weekend.
Really?
Practicing.
Okay.
So not grinding, just out there playing.
Okay.
So I don't think, once again, goes to my point that I don't think he's really grinding around this. So should be interesting. Trot Golfer throws in here. Is Aaron just a jealous man? Who wouldn't want to play on both tours? Which they will soon.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see that point. I don't think there's really anything wrong with saying that you support the PGA Tour and you feel like you belong there. And maybe he was sold a book of goods that this was going to merge pretty quickly, and before he knew it, he'd be back out there and seeing his buddies and playing with $500 million extra. But that's not happening.
So Rahm and Kevin Streelman both have the same agent, okay? And I don't know if John Rahm was sold a whole, I don't know if his agent really sold him so hard on it of going over to live and that everything's going to be, how do I put this? I'm trying to find the words for it, but I don't believe Rahm was really sold hard on the idea that the PGA Tour and live were going to merge immediately. I think it was
You
thought.
don't think so?
I think it was thought. I think there was conversations around the two of them
Okay.
talking about the odds.
Got it.
Okay, what are the odds that the PGA Tour and live? Okay, maybe we go by an entire year, but it seems like it's getting pretty close. It's probably time to go ahead and take the money. But the way John talks, it's like he expected that to be done right after he signed.
Right. That's what I mean.
Which is weird.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, you can't blame him for it. I don't blame him at all. So going back to Bryson DeChambeau, Bryson at plus 2,800. I think this is a value pick. And by the way, it could go horribly wrong for Bryson because we've seen it time and time again. If he's the Bryson at Winged Foot that just overpowers a golf course, it can absolutely happen. If it is the Bryson that is wild and hitting shots all over the place, then yeah, it's not going to work out this week. But that's the risk you take with Bryson DeChambeau and going in that direction.
I'd like it more like plus 6,000, like something like that. 2,800. I just think that's a little steep.
Then you got Colin Morikawa. All right, Colin Morikawa is a sleeper this week.
You think so?
I do. He's plus 3,000, and he has been playing some fantastic golf. Heard me talk about it before Quail Hollow. I was like, Colin Morikawa is one of these guys that is playing really well coming into it, played really well at the Masters, and just he's in form, which is the best way to say it. He is. You want to know why? Because he hits. TaylorMade has him with his driver setup. He hits these almost knuckleballs with no spin that just take off.
Okay.
And his trajectory is on the lower side.
Yeah.
So a lot of these holes at Valhalla kind of go down, and I feel like those are holes to which I've seen him at the Ryder Cups outdrive Dustin Johnson.
What?
Just because his ball, when it hits, runs 40 to 60 yards.
For a golf course like that, I guess it's just going to depend. I mean, do we have any forecasted weather for the week?
So it rained all day today, which the golf course is going to be on the softer side heading into the first couple of rounds. So that could be to the detriment of Colin Morikawa. But for some reason, because he's so accurate with his longer irons, it doesn't seem to affect him as much.
Yeah.
And like we talked about last week, it's like what guys are not hitting the golf ball 300 yards nowadays?
No, for sure. But you get to a hole that's, 505 and it's a par 4 and it's a little soggy out. Guy hitting an 8-iron in versus a hybrid is, I don't care how accurate you are, that's changes things.
Look at this. A little research done by Austin here talking about
Bryson?
the Zoysia fairways can run fast.
Okay.
They sure can. It might be wet on Thursday, but I think it's going to dry out
it's Zoysia.
over the week.
Didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Didn't know
that.
that.
Actually, that could have gone into our course analysis. So I apologize
Work
for
in
not
progress.
giving the grass update there. Thanks, Austin, for hooking us up there. And then Trot Golfer hops back in. Bryson is primed to win. Dude is having so much fun. The dude shot 59 in a hit, a giggle.
Hit and giggle tourney.
God, thank you for
hit and
helping
giggle
out with
tourney.
that one.
Well, he did.
What is the hit and giggle tourney? Did I miss that?
Just like a short, meaningless tournament, I think is what he's getting at there.
Well, that was last year at in West Virginia.
And it's not Valhalla. Yeah.
That it's not. But, yeah, and I agree. Bryson's having a ball. Bryson's having a great time, which is why he finally played well at the Masters. He's somewhat in form. I don't think he didn't play the greatest in Singapore.
No.
And he wasn't playing the greatest in Adelaide either, which, again, kind of goes to the side of, all right, Bryson's not coming in winning a bunch of golf tournaments, not in the top 5. So it really just depends on if Bryson is going to be in form this week. And I think that's the one thing that I don't know I've seen enough of him in good form to be able to throw him in there and go, he's going to win. But Colin Morikawa has been in form. He's been playing very solidly, played great this past week at Quail Hollow. And, again, I'd say he's a little bit of a dark horse. I know Colin Morikawa, dark horse, probably not the right term for it, but I think he's a little bit of a sleeper that people are sleeping on.
Sleeper there. Value pick, I think, is really well put for Bryson. That's very fair.
Then we got Max
Who do we got
Homa
coming? Oh,
and
yeah.
Joaquin Neimann plus 3,500. I think Joaquin
I
Neimann
didn't
is a
think
sleeper.
about Neimann. Yeah.
I think this course actually plays well for Neimann.
Yes.
So that's the live guy that I thought people would still be all over. I know a lot of live guys, a lot of live fans got very upset with Joaquin Neimann because they were like, oh, he's going to win the Masters. Hands down, he's going to win. Hottest golfer in the world right now. He's going to win. Definitely did not...
Didn't get it done.
Didn't get it done, but I'm not... I haven't lost confidence in Joaquin Neimann. I just didn't think he was going to play well at the Masters based off of his previous performances and the type of game that you need at Augusta National. I think his game fits really nicely with being an accurate driver off the tee, having a good iron game. His short game can be a little bit suspect around the greens, which, again, you really need to have that this week as well. So that's the one question mark. And then Max Homa. I don't think Max Homa gets it done this week. I apologize to all my Scottsdale peeps, but I just don't see it. What do you think about Max Homa?
I'm with you. I just don't think it's there. I think he'll play well. I think he'll, if you're looking
Top
for
20?
a top 10, I'd
Top
see
10?
him in the top 10. I just don't see him hoisting the trophy on Sunday.
All right, Brian wants to know what our thoughts on Jordan Spieth completing the slam this week. I'm glad you brought that up. So Buttsy obviously is not on your side on that one for him completing that, but I will tell you this. This is actually one of the courses that fits his game. And why? Because around the greens, he can get up and down, and I really think that this golf course, you can hit some wayward golf shots. Okay, you should be accurate off the tee, which he normally is to a degree, but then the iron game gets a little weird. He's got to save himself a lot in around the greens, and I think around the greens he's very sharp. His putter is very good right now, and if he can just tighten up off the tee and get his iron game a little bit tighter, I think he's got a shot. I think he is another... I mean, I don't even have him on the list of the top for the top odds, so that's not a bad pick to just throw a little bit of money on for Jordan Spieth to potentially win this week. It's not likely, okay? Let me put it that way. It's not likely. You got guys that are in form, that are playing incredible, like Scotty Scheffler, like Rory McIlroy, like Brooks Koepka. So it's going to be very tough for Jordan Spieth to have a part of his game be better than those guys.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's middle of the hill on his way back up to the top. I do think, you come out and you were as hot as he was for so long there for a while. Then you had, the Masters debauchery that really kind of shut him down for a minute. But these guys trough, and then they trend back up. And then guys like that, I think he's got another year before we see him kind of pop off again. I do think it'll happen. I think it'll happen. I think he'll win a lot of golf tournaments in the future, but I don't think it's right now.
He was one of the guys that once he had a kid, it really just was a detriment to his game. It went downhill in a hurry. He was a guy that golf was number one in his life. Like, I was around him. We installed a simulator at his house.
That's
like,
big.
He all of a sudden we went back like a week later after it was installed, and it looked like somebody had hit 1 million golf balls into this thing. Looked like it had been used for 3 years.
Oh, it had like
and
a
all of his buddies like were in there. They were living with him at the time and everything. And that's when Jordan Spieth was in his prime, right?
Yeah.
Gets married, has kids. Now all of a sudden that game goes down, and I'm not a huge Cameron McCormick fan. Okay, I don't think that what he teaches is necessarily the best for Jordan Spieth, but Jordan's been with him forever.
Yeah.
So is Jordan ever really going to make a switch? Probably not.
No. Not anytime soon.
But Jordan's got some weaknesses when it comes to his golf swing. And those are things that have reared its ugly head throughout the years in which he has gone downhill. And some of the things that goes by the wayside when you're not playing a lot, practicing a lot is, guess what? Short game, putting.
Mm-hmm.
He has struggled with some of those things in recent years. And so Jordan Spieth, wild card this week, I'd say.
And you can tell that Brian wasn't being super serious, a little facetious there with the laughing face after that comment. So
Yeah.
I think he's right there with us.
I agree. Now, beyond Max Homa and Joaquin Neimann at plus 3,500, we've got Patrick Cantlay because he can't get lied at plus 4,000. I don't like him this week. Don't like him at all.
I haven't paid attention. I mean, has he been in the hunt? I mean, I haven't heard
He
anything
had a
from
bad
him.
year.
Yeah,
he's having a really bad year. And he's, by the way, he is the head of the PIF negotiations. So everybody thinks that
That's
Tiger
gonna take a
Woods
while.
is the guy who is leading this whole thing.
Yeah.
No, it's actually Patrick Cantlay.
Interesting.
So-
I did not know that.
Yeah. Then we've got Wyndham Clark and Victor Hovland at plus 4,500. I've talked about Victor Hovland previously. Victor Hovland is not in form. He changed his golf swing at the end of last year, heading into this year, which was a huge, huge mistake. I can't believe that he's done what he's done, and he doesn't look good. Like, he looks like he is still working through things. It's going to be another year before we probably see him back in form.
Peaking, yeah.
Yeah. And then with Wyndham Clark, he was playing well coming into Valhalla, but to see him struggle at Quail the way that he did, I just don't give him a lot of an opportunity at this golf tournament.
Okay.
And then we've got Fleetwood, Cam Smith, and JT, good old Justin Thomas at plus 5,000. Cam Smith, he's been grinding on his game.
I
and
would agree.
This could actually be a week
Yes.
that we see something out of Cam Smith.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to win, but I do think he's going to be up there.
Yep.
All right, so let's go with some bets
And
this week.
Fleetwood, right? Did you mention the Fleet?
I never like Fleetwood in any major championship because he's never won, and he always gets so close, but then just can't close. He doesn't have that closer, like that animalistic instinct to
Yep.
kill.
I always just imagine Mike Tyson saying his name,
Oh, and then I bet
Tommy Fleetwood. Sorry. It always pops in my head.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fucking weirdo. I apologize.
No, and Mike Tyson's fighting again too. against,
Tommy Fleetwood.
Good old
Eh,
Jake Paul.
Yeah, I saw their little walk up. Tyson looks like he's been sucking down too much frog venom to give a shit. And, yeah, didn't look very serious about that altercation.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
be
watch it.
interesting. Oh, absolutely. It's on Netflix. All right, we've got Run PMC throwing us in a little bit here, which he says, I don't like Fleetwood in any tournament in the U.S. That's not a bad call there, Run PMC. Not a bad call at all. All right. The one that we have left out of the PGA Championship before we get to our picks, Tiger Woods. I just like to see Tiger Woods playing.
Yeah.
And I would just want to see him get through 4 days. I don't think he's going to. I hope he makes the cut. That's what I hope for.
Yep. It's
So-
sad to say that that's where we're at with it, but that's reality, I think.
Oh, it's definitely the
Just-
reality.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into our picks. So I'm going to let you run off your picks.
Oh, man. I got one. I got one pick, super sleeper, but not. The guy's won. He's long. He's proven that he can score. He has the complete package. Will it happen this week? Jake Knapp.
Holy shit.
Yep.
I get it. Because it's a long golf course.
And I took him today.
I don't
on
love his short game,
The
though.
Fanatics app at plus 35,000.
Wow.
Yep. Threw some cheese on him.
That's so aggressive.
Well, look, There's a chance.
John Daly, baby.
Well, yeah.
John Daly proved it at the PGA. And by the way, the PGA is one of those tournaments to where we don't always see like a top 5 guy winning it.
No.
So
Knapp's been playing pretty good, though.
now, do you want to keep that as your dark horse pick?
That's just my pick.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Okay.
had one other. Hang on a sec. There was one other guy. You're going to laugh at me for this one.
How many PGA of America pros make the cut by trot golfer? So I'll say this.
Blocky.
Probably 3.
Okay.
That's
Shout
my
out
guess.
Ben Kern here, by the way. He's not playing. Buddy of mine, though. He did make the cut a couple years back. Pretty cool. Anyways.
I don't think Blocky's going to make the cut.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think he has taken it as seriously.
You think he's just tired of how he's been paraded around for the last year as a sideshow?
I think he's enjoyed it, but I think he has taken advantage of it.
Let's see here.
So
Okay.
just don't see him.
Hang on.
But
You ready for
I would say three PGA of America pros. There's some guys that have some real game out there.
Knapp? You're going to laugh at this. Don't
Okay,
laugh.
go ahead.
Knapp is my guy. That's
Okay.
I believe
Knapp
in
is
him.
your guy. You believe.
Just based on odds alone, and maybe catches fire in a bottle. That's not even the right way to say that expression. Gary Woodland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good old Woodland.
Yeah. Gary Woodland. Yeah.
Yeah, lost part of his brain.
I think he's going to find something. I really do. Yeah.
I love that for
You
you.
do do not.
Love that
And
for
whenever
you.
you say you love that for me, it means
Yep.
that you do not
No.
agree.
My team, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 guys that could potentially win this golf tournament. Okay. Number 1, my pick is Rory McIlroy. My second pick is Scotty Scheffler. I'm not fucking around this week. Those are my 2 guys.
Okay.
I do not think coming into this, it is so tough to go back to back because there's so much media that goes around the previous winner.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of responsibilities for Brooks. There's a lot of people in his ear. And I can't believe, Austin Whittington, you just lost $10, just like Buttsy just lost $10.
I lost more than that, but
Put $10 on
I'm
Knapp.
telling you.
So I think Scotty Scheffler is, if he has been practicing at all, I think he wins this week. However, with Rory coming in as hot as he is right now, and this is, of course, a Rory's won at, and he's won a PGA Championship here,
Yeah.
just like with Valhalla. I think Rory's one of these guys that when he's comfortable with a place, he plays really freaking well. Think of Dubai. Whenever he
No,
goes
you're-
over to
look,
Dubai.
Look what you did last week. I mean, it made sense. It added up, and this is right on par with that. So
Nick Nowitzki, he off of good old Twitter X. We got Gimme Brooks and Taylor Gooch final pairing, all smash. So here's the thing with Taylor, okay? Good old Taylor Gooch, and he did. We'll help out Nick here. He did go ahead and correct Taylor's first name. Auto spell check probably got you there, but with Taylor Gooch. Taylor Gooch has never won in the United States. That's number 1. Okay? I know a lot of live guys, and I was one of these fans last year that I'm like, wow, Taylor Gooch has come into his own. He has broken out. He is the player of the year for the live golf. He is absolutely the best player on live right now. And this year he's just come off very soft. Yeah. And his iron game is good. His putting hasn't been brilliant. Like his putter was on fire last year.
I mean, this is a chance for him to prove it, though, right?
I don't believe it. I think there's
you
too
think he's
much.
thinking that in his head, though? Like,
no.
this is it for me? I can,
I think he thinks in his head that it's him against the world. And I don't think
Exactly.
that has led to him playing good golf.
Okay.
Like there's some guys, they use that as motivation, right? That all of a sudden are going to absolutely dominate. Like I think Brooks Koepka, if it was him against the world, Brooks Koepka is going to get motivated by that and play better golf.
You think that will be a negative?
I think
for-
it's a negative for Taylor Gooch. I think
For the taint,
all
man.
of his stuff, especially with the U.S. Open, with him not trying to qualify for it and really kind of putting his foot down and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think he's one of these guys that's like, I'm going to prove it to everybody. If he was, when the Range Goats traded him to Smash for Matthew Wolff, okay, one of the worst players in Live Golf last year, for the best player in Live Golf, you would think he'd come out this year and absolutely prove it to everybody. He hasn't. He hasn't played great.
I got one for you.
Yeah, go for
Would
it.
you take Woodland over Gooch?
Oh,
Would
no,
you?
I would take Gooch.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that says a lot.
So Trot Golfer says pretty easy picks, and you nailed it. Rory will win by 8. I know that they're the two favorites, but you can't take away guys that are in form. I would say my dark horse this week is Colin Morikawa. And by the way, I've been one that I love picking the live guys sometimes, like Brooks, Bryson. I just don't think that it's their week this week. If out of the live guys. Now, if you said, Matt, who's your top live players?
Yeah.
I would say my two guys are Brooks and, hang on a second.
You got Neimann.
I've got Neimann. So
Neimann.
I like Neimann and Brooks. Bryson would be like a close third.
Okay.
Ooh, here we go. Run PMC's asking Gooch over Fleetwood. Both
Fleetwood.
haven't won in the U.S. I go Fleetwood all day on that one.
Yeah,
I think Tommy's game is better than Gooch's right now.
I would have to agree with that. Yep. So you're out on Gooch. I mean, throwing
I'm
the
out
towel
on
on Gooch.
Sorry. I feel like this has become like Gooch is the guy that all the live fans like really root for right now because it's like going up against the man.
Yeah.
But Gooch is not the guy that you want going up against the man.
Right.
You want Brooks Koepka. You want Joaquin Neimann. And by the way, Joaquin, again, I'll say this. His game doesn't fit the Masters. His game does fit Valhalla.
It's going to be interesting.
So we'll see. And good old Trot Golfer, we got there playing too good. Cam Smith is a disruptor. I think Cam Smith has really been working on his game since the beginning of the year. So Cam Smith could end up having a good week. I like all those guys pretty much in the top 20. So looking forward to, he's saying is the disruptor. Okay.
Cam,
all right,
yeah.
Trot. I got you. And I'm not hating on that at all. I think Cam could potentially have a really good week. I think he's going to be a top 20 guy this week.
Yeah.
Could be a top 10 guy, and I just don't see him. He's still got some driver woes.
You think
Okay?
so?
He does. He's been working on it really, really hard, and it's gotten better.
Yeah.
But he's still got some woes there, and this is not a golf course. You could have a ton of driver woes, which is why, by the way, I don't love Jordan Spieth this week.
But he could pop.
He could.
He could
If
pop.
he gets hot
Yep.
at the right time, and, I mean, here's the thing. With Cam's putter, Cam's always going to have a shot.
Yeah.
So, and the same goes with Jordan Spieth, really, unless you start hitting some wayward frickin' golf shots.
Yeah.
All right. We got to move into the Swannies Style segment here, which this one I'm actually going to bring up a good old image here. So, Swannies Style segment, folks. What'd you guys think about Jason Day and his style on Saturday at Quail Hollow?
I love it. Are you asking me or them? 'Cause
I'm asking you.
I absolutely
And
love
them.
it. And if you watch, you can go to my Instagram page and look at some of the youthful photos I posted. He's basically dressed just like I dressed for my entirety of my junior golf career. And I'm thinking about bringing it back. We're in talks with Dockers, so we'll see. I love the look. I think it's classic. It reminds me of yesteryear. He looks comfortable, and he looks like he's having more fun.
Nick Nowitzki says it was fire. We've got Trot Golfer saying anything different is good. I did post this on TikTok, Instagram, and then on Twitter already, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows what my opinion on this is as well. Even Run PMC is throwing in bring back the baggie. I love pleats. I've been talking about it forever, and I absolutely want. And by the way, good old Trot Golfer, he's got some Swannies in the shop there at Palm Brook. That is awesome, folks. So absolutely love that. I've seen it all over Arizona now ever since they've been a sponsor of the show. We've got Dig Jason Day's outfit by Austin. Not for me, but something different.
Yep.
Listen, to me, this looks comfy as shit. Those pants, by the way, are like linen. So linen pants, and then the shirt was almost like a
Old school cottony,
it was like almost like what's the word for it? Like a towel almost.
We got the Hal Sutton sleeves going.
And it was a full button down. It just looked comfy as shit.
Yeah.
Felt like he was going to go out to Panama, snort himself a bunch of booger sugar, and just have himself an absolute fire time out there.
He does look like a, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting
Oh,
after
yeah.
it.
Got
yeah.
that Miami
Yeah.
Vice.
Maybe even
Hop
Columbia.
on the speedboat.
Yeah, a little Columbia action.
absolutely.
I think the people would really welcome him there. So, Yeah, good old Valhalla says drop golfer. It's you know the material that like towels are made out of? That's what that
Terry.
is. Terry cotton.
Terry
Cloth?
Yep.
Terry cloth.
That's in now with the kids.
It is. I have
is.
a couple shirts that are terry cloth, and they're really comfortable.
California.
By the way.
That's
So,
the deal now.
I think it's unanimous. I mean, a lot of people are shitting on it, but I think that it's people that don't have a ton of style and don't like change within style.
Anything to get away from that trend where, I mean, these guys are starting to look like fucking gymnasts out there. I mean, what is it? The capris, the joggers. Yeah, the male capris, I call it. I mean, we started at the top of the shoe. Now we're up to the calf. The shirts are tighter. Maybe I'm jealous because I look like shit in that stuff. I can't move. It doesn't fit. But, yeah, the whole Lululemon gymnast look, it just, yeah. I like classic.
I want the tiger look from the late 90s
Boom.
to come back.
Boom.
Yeah.
Big flowing,
that.
custom-tailored, flowing pants.
And here's the thing, Jason Day's playing great too.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing. Like, he's playing good in these clothes, which, is there something there to say that you want a little bit of room when you're swinging a freaking golf club?
Yeah, and you kind of got this angle like you're the different guy out there now, right? Like you kind of got this thing going, so.
Jason Day loves it.
Yep.
All right, now, also as part of our Swannies segment, I do want to let you know that Swannies is dropping a new collection this Friday. And guess what, folks? Just in time, I have confirmed with the Swannies folks that a contest is going to take place next week. This is going to be a contest from Swannies and Pull Hook Golf. It's going to be done on Instagram. So I know some of you Twitter folks are not on Instagram. Make sure to set up an account on Instagram so you can be a part of this. But this is for over $250 in Swannies apparel, and I can't wait to get this contest underway. It's going to start next Monday.
No need to throw up a profile photo. Just be a shadow viewer. And
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, get in.
A lot of burner
contest.
accounts on Twitter, too, by the way.
I don't think Swannies cares. I think they'll pick you if you get picked. So
That's right.
Yep.
And Rum PMC gave us a paragraph here. So Jason Day better watch out with these clothes. Might turn into bell bottoms.
Oh, we get
Don't
some.
want a boating accident resulting in a back injury like we've seen in the past. That's pretty good,
Very
Rum
good.
PMC. That's
Very
pretty
good.
good. I got no comment there. You pretty much nailed it. All right. So as we move beyond the Swannies Style segment, we're now moving into the PGA Tour and PIF Madness, which has continued. And this week we have had a ton of information. So first off, I'm going to start with this.
Okay.
Rory last week gets announced that Webb Simpson's stepping down. Rory's going to take his spot and be back on the PGA Tour policy board. A couple days later, guess what? The players that are on the PGA Tour policy board are like,
Nope.
stiff arm.
Turncoat. Get out of here.
Absolutely not. Not on my watch. And this goes back to the fact that Rory is not getting along with Patrick Cantlay, not getting along with Tiger, and not getting along with the guys on the PGA Tour policy board. And so I immediately was like, wow, this is going to be a horrible PR move. Okay? Like, people are going to jump all over this. Then the very next day, PGA Tour announces, well, we're adding Rory to, well, there are stipulations because of the rules and regulations within the policy board that you have to be voted onto it and so forth. So that's why Rory couldn't come back. So they smoothed it over, right?
Okay.
Then they go and say, but Rory's going to be a part of the group that negotiates with PIF. That was kind of their makeup for it. Well,
I mean, what the fuck? Like, yeah, there's just so much flopping that's happened since the start of Live to now. I just, at this point, it's all a publicity stunt to me. I have no idea.
Well, here's the next part. So get this.
Yeah.
So some of my contacts within the group that is running all of this, right? All of a sudden start telling me, hey, deal's imminent. It's happening. This whole thing is moving forward with PIF, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we talked about it. Like,
So,
okay,
I'm
next
like,
couple days it's going to happen.
well, not next couple of days. I probably see it in the next couple of months,
Okay.
which to me, that's imminent. Like when we've been dealing with this for the better part of almost 2 years now,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is imminent. This is moving forward. However, then I think I got a little bit played. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's the feeling that I'm getting because then Jimmy Dunn, and I feel like they wanted to get out in front of this
Yeah.
to the media to say, hey, you know what? everything is great right now with PIF. We're moving forward. Everything's going to be great. Then all of a sudden, Jimmy Dunn puts in his resignation on Monday with a letter that went out to the players. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you right now.
I saw that.
Jimmy Dunn's letter, and I read it, and there were a couple things that stood out to me in particular. One was him saying that no meaningful progress had been made with PIF. I'm like, whoa, that's different than what I was told.
Of course.
Right? So that was the big thing for me. So I was talking to a PGA Tour player this morning.
Okay.
And a player that's very much in the know.
Okay.
And he goes,
"Is this a top 20 guy? Like, is this a?
I can't.
You don't have to.
Can't
well,
answer that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say it is. I can't say that.
We can have confidence that what you're saying is this is legit.
Oh, it's legit. The player, I will say this, very close to the PGA Tour policy board. Okay. Player tells me that he goes, Matt, what stood out to you? And I told him, I was like, well, this part around no progress being made. He goes, no. He goes, the line that you need to reread is the line where Jimmy Dunn says that Jay directed him to meet with Liv, okay? Because when everybody was in an uproar around the framework agreement being announced, and remember at the, I believe it was the RBC up in Canada, okay, the Canadian Open, they had a whole players meeting. Jay got in front of everybody. Players were swearing at him, yelling. Grayson Murray was one of them. And sure enough, at the time, apparently, they told everybody that Jimmy Dunn and Ed Harley, or however you say his name, I always struggle with his name, those two acted independently on their own to talk to Liv and to build that framework agreement, which saved face for Jay Monahan. Because everybody thought that Jay Monahan turned his back on everybody. So that kind of smoothed it all over.
Proxy war.
Well, guess what? This player told me, he goes, we got bamboozled because we were told that Jay Monahan had no part in that. And in Jimmy Dunn's letter, threw Jay right under the bus. He goes, Matt, that is the most important line in that letter, that the players were sold a bad bill of goods. And I'm like, holy shit. I had no idea.
Jay Ukraine. Little proxy war.
I mean, my God. And so that one was really interesting to me. So I don't know with the whole there's been no progress quote in there as well, because he didn't seem to take that as seriously. He said, yeah, you know, and I kind of took that as, well, maybe Jimmy Dunn's just really pissed off that he's been cut out of the entire thing.
Yeah.
Right? So there's some definitely some egos that are involved here, and that is certainly very interesting to me. Today, by the way, there is a lot of reports around the fact that Yasir and some of the top officials for Liv are meeting with some of the top officials from SSG, which is the main investment group into the PGA Tour.
Yep.
So they're meeting with them today in New York City.
Okay.
So again, it's one of these deals where, I don't know who to really believe right now.
That's what I'm saying. It just,
But I'm getting information from both sides that is a little bit contradictory when you read Jimmy Dunn's letter versus what I'm being told by people that are apparently in the dealings with the PGA Tour PIF right now.
You think it'll happen this year?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if my sources are correct, it's going to happen really before the end of the year. I think within the next 3 months if it happens.
Okay.
So really by September.
That's pretty quick.
It's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in dealings like this, but they were in due diligence. I mean, all the players met with Yasir in the Bahamas that were on the PGA Tour policy board. So Spieth, Cantlay, Woods, and so forth. So, like, we're kind of to that point where some things need to be figured out.
Yeah.
Next week's episode, we will get into, by the way, what happens if this merger takes place, what happens with Liv. So I'm going to get into that in detail next week, and we'll start to speculate a little bit there. But I want to get into tonight, before we sign off, the titter, the titter,
The titter.
the titter trolls.
Yeah, you get down to titter.
Here we go. If there's 538 people in here, you should be hitting the like.
Yeah, what the hell, guys?
Love that.
Show a little fucking
that.
love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's funny because you can throw the likes in there on YouTube. We also have some Twitter X viewers, and then we've got some million viewers as well. So I'm not sure which numbers are which. I'm just checking. Last week we had a few comments in the millions.com chat, which we can't see unless we have the millions.com up.
Yeah.
So or millions.co, and we missed out on a little spot on golf.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I
Spot
ended up
on
seeing
golf.
that.
Hope you're
So-
out there tonight. Miss you, bro.
Yeah.
That was a great night.
Little shout out to the Spot On Golf guys. We'll be talking with them here soon.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead and throw some likes in there, like Trot Golfer said. Let's get this going. I know, me and Buttsy have been talking about it too. We're like, man, we need more and more engagement on here. So we've turned this podcast a little bit more into answering some of your questions and everything. And don't feel bad about throwing in there something that, we might not necessarily agree with. We're not going to shit on you on the air.
No.
Not necessarily.
Absolutely not.
Maybe if it's really
This
bad,
is the
though.
nest. This is for you. So,
All right.
where are we at here?
Twitter troll Ryder Cup.
Oh,
All right, so
the event of events.
Anti-live, are you out there right now? Because this guy, he threw out there a pretty good concept. He's like, listen, we should set up a golf tournament where it is the Twitter trolls
Sorry, I'm fighting a
versus the PGA Tour trolls, and we should have everybody come together, do a tournament run by Pull Hook Golf, and do it for charity. And I was all for it. I'm like, if we get enough interest, I absolutely would be down for hosting it and doing the live commentary here with Buttsy, and we'll do it on millions.co. We'll get some sponsors involved in everything. Yeah. And what was really interesting about this, okay, was all the PGA Tour trolls immediately were like, so down for this. This is awesome. Let's do it.
And our livers went quiet.
Oh, dear Lord, did they ever. And not just quiet, but they chimed in with lots of excuses.
Well, give me an example.
Like one of the excuses was the PGA Tour trolls don't have enough followers.
To field an event?
No. Just enough followers like on social media. Because a lot of the burner accounts for PGA Tour side, which I've learned this, which I know now the majority of some of the Twitter trolls that are out there, I know who they are behind the scenes, and it's funny because some of them are a part of the PGA Tour in one way or another.
I'm gonna
and
prove,
are good golfers.
I'm gonna prove to you that there are plenty of followers out there. I'll do a poll tonight on Instagram.
Yeah,
and we'll discuss this, and we'll put it up to a vote as to whether or not people would participate and what side they would be on.
The second thing was, we've received threats online, and we're worried about our safety. You don't understand. I'm like, I don't understand. I've gotten fucking death threats on both sides.
You know how many people
I've got them from
threatened to kill me
PGA
over
Tour
the last 10
fans.
years?
I've had literally live golf accounts, and it just gets... It's funny, though, because of all of this, now all of a sudden, like, the live trolls are... hate us even more for some reason.
Well,
I don't get it.
It has been my personal experience that people that are emotional enough to troll people or have a negative opinion or have an outburst towards you online, there's no chance that that's happening in real life. They don't pony up and do anything actual. They'll see you walking through a store and you'll get a handshake.
I loved it early on when people were like, well, you don't say who you are. And I go, I don't say who I am. I'm like, look at the fucking podcast. My name's right there.
Yeah.
My name's Matt Cook. Here's my address.
Yeah.
Here I am. Come get me.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I don't buy that whatsoever. I think it's absolute bullshit. I think it's just a lot of excuses. And it's sad to see from the live side because I really thought that the live accounts were going to absolutely be all about it. But there is a theory on the PGA Tour troll side that all these live golf accounts, nobody can play golf and nobody knows anything about golf.
Oh, there might be. See, I don't know. I go both ways on that. I know a lot of good golfers, and they're all big live fans. But maybe those online, maybe that's a lot of people that are new to the game. I don't know. Again, people that are willing to voice an opinion.
You see this by Trot Golfer? Go ahead, you read that one.
So my lifelong troll of Bernhard Langer,
It's
worth it. Absolutely. Has he quit you? Has he blocked you?
It's got to be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even know if he can see your comments. You ever seen this guy's eyes? I mean, I don't know how he hits a golf ball. They're not very open. So
no.
It's worth it for sure.
So
Whatever floats your boat.
again, if that post on Twitter gets at least 1,000 likes, which 1,000 likes is not that much, but on Twitter it is.
Yes.
Like Twitter,
Is tough.
you don't see a ton of engagement on Twitter other than in comments. Like a lot of people don't like stuff, so I've noticed that. But I'm like, hey, if we get at least 1,000, I'd be open to throwing this. And I was thinking grass clippings.
You do grass clippings, or let's take the the drastic difference in skill level out. Let's do it at Putting World. You could even do that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh
Can you
God.
imagine that? Full bar, bunch of guys with putters. That's a bunch of pussies. They're not going to hit each other with them. It'll be fine. Grass clippings would be epic.
Austin goes, what is Bob Golf Ball's excuse? He hasn't responded at all.
Who's
So
Bob
I
Golf
tagged
Balls?
him. He is a Twitter live troll. So he loves live. Just like, and shit's all over the PGA Tour. And he said literally nothing. Like at least Live Golf Nation like came forward and was like, they don't have enough followers, which I'm like, Live Golf Nation, 90% of your followers are fake. Like you have 25,000 followers, and you probably have about 500 real ones.
Well, then you got the other demographic, and I think that this is bigger than people think. What about people that like both?
Well, that's where we fall.
That's where we're at. Like,
Yeah,
dude, I
well,
love
that's
both of
why
them. I like both
Anti-Live-
products.
That's why Anti-Live was like, you guys should run this event.
Yeah.
Liking both sides, you should go ahead and run this.
No
and I'm
bias,
like,
yeah.
and at first I was just like, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, if there's interest there, then let's go ahead and do it. It'd be fun. All right, folks. Well, Anti-Live has finally decided
Woo,
to
he's in.
chime in. Only playing if we have to wear name tags with our Twitter handle.
that is fucking fantastic.
Actually, so I'm going to tell you this right now, Anti-Live. I've been actually thinking about this since this whole thing came out. I think we keep people's names anonymous and just use
the app,
the Twitter handles.
the handles.
And I would even go as far as not making it live and doing a recording to where we could blur faces if necessary.
Yeah, you could do jerseys too. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw the ad on the back. I like this idea.
Oh, here we go. Cart Barn guys. Good old Kyle's here.
Hello, sir.
What's happening? We got what we got going on here. So we're talking about, Anti-Live here, who just chimed in, he came up with a great idea around having a Twitter troll war,
Yes.
but settling it on the golf course.
Tournament.
So doing it tournament style, and I said, let's do a Ryder Cup 3 days, or actually we could just do 2 days with
followers versus
yeah.
PGA Tour followers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just having it out on the golf course, settling the score. And Buttsy and I will do the live commentary for it on millions.co.
Yep. Very good.
All right, folks. That's it for tonight. We are done. I'm going to sign us off here. So once again, we want to thank Swannies Golf for sponsoring the podcast.
Yes.
They do a phenomenal job. There's going to be a giveaway once again starting next week with over $250. Make sure you are signed up on Instagram for that. And utilize promo code POLHOOKGolf25 at checkout. Or go over to good old Palmbrook. Is it Palmbrook or Palmdale?
Palmbrook. We went over this. I thought it had a dale in it. It has a brook in it.
Try. Is it Palmbrook or Palmdale?
It's Palmbrook.
Oh, it's Palmbrook.
Yes.
It's Palmbrook. They've got Swannies in the shop as well, which I'm not going to hate and say that you have to go ahead and get it from Swannies.co. But if you do, you get 25% off your entire order by using promo code PULLHOOKGolf25 at checkout. Good old Brian here said, nice job. We appreciate the compliment, Brian.
Thank you,
It
sir.
is rare these days that you get those type of compliments, so we will take that wholeheartedly. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate all of you for chiming in tonight on the podcast. And also, we thank you for listening.
Yes, sir.
But Trot Golfer has one last thing before we sign off. Palmbrook. Palmdale is Afro Man. See? God, I knew it.
There you go.
I knew it. And I do love a good Afro Man. So
Right on.
Until next week at Trevor's.
See you then, bud.
See you then.
Good shit.
Peace out.